Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to share with you a quick little tutorial of how I sealed my driveway. The motivation behind this project is the fact that I could save $400 by doing it myself. It was actually easier than I thought and it didn't even take me that long. So let me show you how I did it. I already had all the tools that I needed and Home Depot had all the sealing products, and I made my life even easier by doing an online pickup order and then having my husband pick it up for me. Along the way I discovered some useful tips and techniques that I'm excited to share with you so that you can confidently tackle this project yourself. At first glance, our drive didn't even look that bad, but on closer inspection, the sides are cracking. There was a super deep crack as well as hairline cracks throughout. There's also patched areas and leftover concrete residue from where we recently got a new drain system put in. Side note, the drain system has been a lifesaver. We used to have water that backed into our garage and porch, and now it keeps everything dry, which is absolutely amazing. But unavoidable concrete smearing on the drive looked unsightly, as well as various dents and marks from the trucks and trailers. And as a general rule, you should seal your driveway every 2 to 3 years, especially if you see cracks and the color is fading. It's definitely time. So in the past, our guy has only charged us $250 to seal our driveway, but this year's quote was $600. And since I got everything I needed under $200, I thought it was worth my time to at least try it this year. Plus, when you do a project yourself, you're going to take way more time and typically do a better job because you own it. For example, one of the first things you're supposed to do is pressure wash your driveway and get it nice and clean, and then let it dry completely before you get started. And I've never seen any of the people who've done our driveway do that before. There was so much sidewalk chalk and residue from washing our cars. Also, I discovered a melted crayon and some gum. I tried to scrape it off. You can tell that children live here. The water also emphasized low spots, which was kind of helpful to note. And if not dealt with, the low areas can erode eventually, causing cracks and creating potholes. Also, dirt and debris got in all the cracks, so it was really good to get all the dirt out to make sure the filler could adhere properly. After a ton of research, I landed on the highly reviewed Latexite line. They seemed to be the crowd pleaser, and I liked that all the products were from the same line, so I knew that they would work well together. I also really liked the fact that they didn't need heat or pressure to apply, which made it super easy to use. To patch the holes, I used the trowel patch first. You need to apply very thin coats, no more than a ½ inch at a time, and then using your trowel, you just blend it in. It cures top down, so you need to let each coat cure for 24 hours before you add the next one. And you want to make sure and feather the edges really well for a smooth, uniform appearance. And then wait 24 hours before you add any sealant and make sure it cures completely. If you're finding this helpful so far, I'd really appreciate it if you give this video a like. And if you love simple DIYs, home and garden projects, and decorating ideas, don't forget to subscribe. It really means a lot to me and helps me create more videos just like this. Thank you. Since this crack wasn't too deep, I used the trowel patch on it as well. I didn't feel like it was deep enough to use the crack filler. But for my big crack, I definitely used the blacktop crack filler. I cut the nozzle to the size of the crack and then just filled it below the surface. For cracks deeper than a ½ inch, they said to use sand or filler material before applying the crack. I probably could have done here at the end where the edge was a little bit deeper, but I just added a little bit more filler. If there's any excess, then you just want to smooth it out with a putty knife. Again, allow the filler to cure overnight before using the sealer. I use the crack filler all over the edges of the driveway too to hopefully keep it from continuing to crack and break off. I love when the kids show interest in what I'm doing. I always try to help them be involved a little bit, that way they can learn as well as have bragging rights later. Here's an example of trowel patch that was too thick and dried with a crack. I was able to patch it a second time and that fixed the problem thankfully. Overall, I was super pleased with how they turned out and the crack filler did a great job as well. After 24 hours, it's time for the sealer. I chose the 5-year airport grade filler and sealer. I liked that it was a polymer additive that made it more flexible and gave it strength to fill hairline cracks as well as giving it good coverage. Before you start, they say to have all your buckets stirred and ready to go, that way you can keep the process going once you get started. I also edged all the tricky spots along the concrete. Satisfaction level here was 10 for me. If you can't tell, I'm a perfectionist at heart, so this made me so happy to have everything looking so uniformed. I also painted out 12 inches, that way I didn't have to pour the sealant too close and risk getting it on the concrete. And for me, no job's worth doing if you don't have a good audiobook. I've been working my way through classic authors, and today's pick was Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway. In my opinion, Jane Austen is more wittier and more enjoyable, but it was also entertaining. I also painted along the edge of the house, making it easier for me when I start to pour. So watching someone else behind the screen, you might think to yourself, oh, they seem so confident and I could never do that. But let me tell you, this project was so intimidating to me. I was afraid of screwing it up. I was afraid it was going to be more work than what I could handle by myself. And I was afraid it was going to cost me a lot of money. The biggest hurdle for me in any project like this is simply to start. I've learned to stop stressing about the what ifs and just do it. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of prayer happens behind the scenes. I get scared and it's reassuring to know that I'm not alone and I've got this. And if I don't, then it can still usually be fixed. So just do the hard thing by getting started and the rest gets easier. As you can see, it was a little bit of a learning curve, but once I figured out, I got into a rhythm. Instead of pushing it all the way to the edge and wasting the product, I learned to paint the edges instead. And I kept my brush in a bucket of water until I needed it. And if you only do small, narrow batches at a time, it's easier to be able to reach it with your scraper. And also, when you first pour it on, it's really soupy and it leaves trails with every pass. But after about 5 minutes of working it in different directions, it starts to set a little bit, and then it's thicker, and then it's easier to smooth out all the lines for a seamless finish. Another tip, before you start, make sure you block off the driveway. I had several visitors before the driveway set. I used my ladder until I was done, then I used empty buckets to set up to block the entrance. This actually wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. The worst part was all the bending over. My back was sore for 2 days afterwards. I was also afraid I wouldn't know the thickness to spread the sealer. They said to do 2 thin coats rather than 1 thick one if you needed it. But being the thin viscosity of the product, I don't even know how you would apply a thick coat. Once all the lines were smoothed out, there was only one kind of thickness available. They also said to make sure you connect each section on the edge while it was still wet to create a uniform finish, but this wasn't even possible for me because the day was so hot, it was steaming when I placed it on, set within 5 minutes. This also said no vehicle traffic for 48 hours and no foot traffic for 4 hours, but I was able to walk on it just a little bit to help me reach some of the sides. I was so careful around the new concrete not to get any sealer on it, and I had a big sheet of cardboard which was super helpful to place, that way there'd be no splatter, as well as allowing me to be able to stand on the finished edge to reach all angles. And I used the brush again to feather the edges of the 2 seams together, that way they would blend seamlessly. And that's it. Make sure you take really good care of your tools right away. I had them in buckets of water until I was ready to clean them because it hardens super quick. And make sure you wear old clothes and black shoes. I tried to be careful, but I was still covered in sealer, but it was totally worth it. And I'm so proud of the finished result. You can't even tell where the cracks and holes were. The filler did an amazing job, and I love the uniformity the new sealer provides, making my drive look brand new again. Again, when you do things yourself, you not only save money, but it also ensures you're going to get the end result that you're going to love, because you take more time and care when it's your own. For reference, this took me about 6 hours total. So if your driveway needs a little bit of a refresh, you should try it. I know you can do it. So what do you think? Do you have any tips for me? Do you think you'll try this yourself? I would love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos just like this, feel free to check this one out where I give my shed a complete makeover. And don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!